What's up, everybody? I've got 6 undefeated college football trends for you guys for this Saturday's November 11th action. We're going to get right into them. And as always, I start by saying please never make a bet based on a single trend. If you're using trends as part of your handicapping process, what I recommend you do is that you weigh out what you feel are the relevant trends for each game and see if they weigh out more heavily on one side or the other. For trend number one, we're going to look at New Mexico. We're going to go back to the 2021 season, and we're going to look at them when they play a game in the month of November. So month equals 11. 11 November is the 11th month of the year. We'll hit the SDQL button, and you'll see that New Mexico is 0-9 straight up, losing by over 26 points per game. They are 0-9 against the spread, losing to the spread by an average of almost 11 points per game. And again, with these football trends, I like them winning margins to be more than a touchdown. We've got a double-digit margin here. You can see that this was active last Saturday on the 4th when they got blown out by UNLV 56-14. And it's active on Saturday, the 11th, when New Mexico visits Boise State as another huge underdog. So let's roll right into trend number two. And guys, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell for notifications so you know immediately when I release one of my trend reports. For the second trend, we're going to look at Appalachian State. We're going to go back to last season. And we're going to look at them when they're coming off a game that went under the total. So previous game under the total. We'll hit the STQL button. And you can see that Appalachian State, despite being an average favorite, an average line of about minus 14.5, they're only 4-5 straight up. So this might actually be a good money line play as well. But the kicker here is that they're 0-9 against the spread, losing to the spread by a little more than 12.5 points per game. And you can see that this was active 3 times this season already. Didn't cover any of those 3 games, and it's active again this Saturday when they visit Georgia State. So let's move right into trend number 3. And if you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up to like this video. I would really appreciate you doing so. For this next trend, we're going to look at Rutgers. We're going to go back to the 2021 season when they are playing away. And they are coming off a game in which they committed 1 or no turnovers. So previous turnovers less than or equal to 1. Hit the STQL button. You can see the over-under is 0-9. No overs, 9 unders. These games stayed under by almost 13.5 points per game on average. You can see the average score over here. Rutgers 10.3, opponents 21.1. And you can see that this is active this Saturday when Rutgers visits Iowa. And I haven't looked at the line on that game yet, but if that total is correct and the total is only 28.5, that will be the lowest college or the lowest football total I have ever seen in my life. Now, we're going to have to pause here for just a minute because I need to go check this out. I need to go see if that's really what the line is because that will blow my mind. So, guys, you're going to have to bear with me for just a second as I look for this game because I can't believe that they have a line out that is that. I mean, I get it. I mean, I get why it's really low, but holy mackerel. So I'm looking at, you can't see it right now because I'm not sharing the page, but I'm looking at the college football lines page right now, trying to find Rutgers, Iowa. And there it is. And I'll be darned, it is 28.5. That is unbelievable. And I will laugh if that game goes under the total. And if you bet the under in that game, God bless you, because I love betting unders. And I get why it's low, but I don't know if I can go under 28.5 points. So if you do, good luck. For this next trend, trend number 4, and guys, if you want me to look up any trends for this Saturday's college football games, or if you have any that you found that are active for this Saturday, please drop them in the comments. I would love to see them. We would all love to see them. For this next trend, we're going to look at Oregon State. We're going to go back to the 2021 season when they are at home, and they're playing, or they're going to be playing on 6 or less days rest. And the line for this game, it says greater than or equal to -24. So basically that's saying as long as they're not favored by more than 24 points. We'll hit the SDQL button. And of course, we were not going to get through this video without having one trend where the database bogs down and it has to think. So I'm recording this on Wednesday afternoon. I would have figured that the volume and the database would be used more heavily earlier in the day, in the morning hours. So I'm not sure if that's really why it's bogged down right now. Sometimes I'll just stop the search and I'll hit the button again, and sometimes it goes right through. Sometimes it does not. So we just have to wait. And you can see now that it's refreshed, Oregon State is 11-0 against the spread, covering the spread by almost 9.5 points per game on average. Average line was basically they were favored by a touchdown, and they were 10-1 straight up, winning by over 16 points per game. You can see that this is active on Saturday with Oregon State hosting Stanford as a 3-touchdown favorite. So let's move right into trend number 5. And guys, just a reminder, I've got a very strong NBA best bet that is available right now for Wednesday. If you're watching this on Wednesday when I release this video, I do have a strong Wednesday NBA best bet. Great situational spot. Great spot to fade one team and ride the other one. It fits together perfectly. My write-up will explain all of that. You can get that right now at dbbets.com. For this next trend, we're going to look at USC going back to last season when they are playing after week 6. The week is greater than 6. So just like the NFL season has week 1, week 2, college football does as well. So this is USC this season and last season when playing after week 6. We'll hit the SDQL button. You can see the over-under is 12-0. 12 overs, no unders. These games went over by an average of nearly 14 points per game on average. Got to love that margin. You can see the average score is basically 40-40. So they're scoring 80 points per game total on average. And this is active on Saturday when USC visits Oregon, and we have another total in the 70s. You can see this was just active last week when USC hosted Washington with a total in the 70s, and that sailed way over the total. They damn near went over the total by halftime. Cleared that total in the third quarter already. We'll see if they can do it again this Saturday. And that brings me to our 6th and final trend in this Saturday college football 6-pack of trends. And guys, don't forget to watch out for my NFL trend report. That will be coming on Thursday right here on this channel. For this last trend, we're going to look at Syracuse. We're going to go back to last season. And we're going to look at them when they're coming off a loss. And this isn't a spread loss. This is a straight-up loss. Previous game is a loss. We'll hit the SDQL button. And you can see that Syracuse is 1-8 straight up and 0-9 against the spread, losing to the spread by more than 2 touchdowns per game on average. And you can see that this is active on Saturday with Syracuse going against Pitt. And that, guys, is going to wrap it up for this week's edition of my college football trend report. Again, if you've got any trends that you want me to look up for this weekend's college football games, drop them in the comments. If you have any that you found for this Saturday, drop them in the comments as well. And as always, best of luck on all of your college football wagers this weekend.